Dear students, let's understand the theme of the poem, The Coromandel Fishers. The theme here is a fisherman encouraging his fellow fishermen to get to work by the dawn. The hard lifestyle of the fishermen and their meager earnings are beautifully portrayed by Sarojini Naidu here. Moreover, she focused on the socio-political status of the freedom struggle. As we know, the poem Coromandel Fishers, written by Sarojini Naidu, we know very well. She was born in India and educated in London, Cambridge. And in reference to this poem, it's important to note that she was a freedom fighter and followed Mahatma Gandhi. Later, she went on to become the first lady president of the Indian National Congress. As a child, she lived on the coast of the Coromandel Bay in Bengal, becoming very familiar with the lives of the fishermen. So there is a personal touch here. And equally gaining knowledge about their families and livelihood. The hard lifestyle of the fishermen and their meager earning surprised her. How do they live with this meager amount? She was astonished at their devotion to the sea that was a mother figure for the fisherman. The poem Coromandel Fishers is through the life of fisherman. It's about fishermen, yet it metaphorically reflects the poet's desire for free India, and thus she encourages the people of the nation to hasten their struggle. Let's understand the poem Coromandel Fishers by Sarojini Naidu. This poem is divided into 3 stanzas. Let's understand them well. Recite the whole poem first. Rise, brothers, rise, the awakening sky pray to the morning light. The wind lies asleep in the arms of the dawn like a child that has cried all night. Come, let's gather our nets from the shore and set our catamarans free to capture the leaping wealth of the tide, for we are the kings of the sea. No longer delay, let us hasten away in the track of the seagull's call. The sea is our mother, the cloud is our brother, the waves are our comrades all. What though we toss at the fall of the sun where the hand of the sea god drives? He who holds the storm by the hair will hide in his breast our lives. Sweet is the shade of the coconut glade and the scent of the mango grove. And sweet are the sands at the full of the moon with the sound of the voices we love. But sweeter, O brothers, the kiss of the spray and the dance of the wild form's glee. Row, brothers, row to the edge of the verge where the low sky mates with the sea. Wow, what a beautiful poem it is. Let's understand the first stanza of the poem. Rise, brothers, rise, the awakening sky pray to the morning light. The wind lies asleep in the arms of the dawn like a child that has cried all night. Come, let us gather our nets from the shore and set our catamarans free to capture the leaping wealth of the tide, for we are the kings of the sea. What does this stanza tell us? The poet Sarojini Naidu asked the fisherman to rise as the day is about to appear. She asked him as the day is about to come. They are approaching the day, they are approaching the morning. So the poet asked the fisherman to rise, to wake up. She uses some symbols to tell this. She says that the awakening skies pray to the morning light, which means that the sky, which was sleeping in the night, has woken up and is welcoming the light. It welcomes the morning. Here the poet uses a poetic device named personification. What's personified here? The sky. The sky is doing an activity like a human being does. A human act, the sky cannot do the activities like a human being. So the sky is related as a human being, as an activity done by a human being, a non-living thing. So there is a poetic device used here. It's called a personification. Sarojini Naidu says, the wind lies asleep in the arms of the dawn like a child that has cried all night. What does it mean? The line means that the sea wind that leads to the storm is now so calm. It's so quiet. There is a theory you might have studied in the science. As the tides rise in the night because of moon's gravitational pull, because of the morning which is about to come. Therefore, the wind is just like the child which kept crying throughout the night. Imagine a baby, it cries throughout the night and it gets tired and sleeping quietly. Like a baby, like a child. The wind kept crying throughout the night and now it is quiet. So there is another poetic device. You might have understood it here, right? Simile. Here the poet uses simile to compare calm wind or quiet wind with a child. So why does the poet use a simile here? She uses a simile to compare calm wind with a child. Why does she use these symbols here? She uses these symbolic expressions or symbols to declare that the morning is near. It's about to come. It's approaching. There is a call in third line. You look at it. Come, let's gather our nets from the shore and set our catamarans free. Come, there is a call. The poet asked the fisherman to gather nets from the shore and set catamarans. What's meant by catamaran? A kind of boat used by fishermen. Okay, please understand it. Catamarans, a kind of boat used by fishermen. So gather nets from the shore and set catamarans free. For what? In order to capture the leaping wealth of the tide. What's meant by leaping wealth of the tide? Where's the wealth of tide? What's meant by tide's wealth? For we are kings of the sea. So the poet says the fishermen should collect their nets from the seashores and take their boats because the tide is full of wealth. It's filled with fishes, seagulls, etc. And they are the kings. They just need to go to the sea to capture the wealth that is theirs. They have the right to capture them because the sea is theirs. They have the property. They have the wealth because it is filled with seagulls and fishes. They must be ready to go there to collect them. They just need to go to the sea to capture the wealth that is theirs. Hence, they should be hurry, or they should go soon. They should not be inactive. Come, let's gather our nets from the shore and set out catamarans free to capture the leaping wealth of the tide, for we are the kings of the sea. They know how to rule the region. They know how to collect the wealth from the tide or from the sea. Now let's discuss the second stanza. No longer delay, let's hasten away in the track of the seagull's call. The sea is our mother, the cloud is our brother, the waves are our comrades all. What though we toss at the fall of the sun where the half the sea god drives? He who holds the storm by the hair will hide in his breast our lives. The poet insists on this, or the poet asks the fisherman to do everything fast. Quickly. There is a symbol, gull's call. Gull's call is used to depict the morning is near. The morning is about to come. They are approaching morning. The poet calls sea as their mother, cloud as brother, and sea waves as their comrades. They are beautifully pictured here, dear friends. So by using these things, you can understand that there are not living things as human beings. Sea, cloud, waves, etc. So there is a figure of speech or a poetic device again used here. That's called a personification. Okay, understand it. So the poet uses many symbols and figures of speech like personification, simile. Again, there is a personification here. Sea is considered as a mother because it feeds them, it gives them food and helps them to sustain their life. They can live long if mother blesses them. Similarly, clouds are their brothers because they guide the fisherman, while the waves are companions because they keep moving with them. Like friends, they are also moving, they are also going with him. The poet thus wants to say that they all are family and help each. There is a family touch, there is a relation. We can't express their intimacy. So here the poet tries to say that they all are like the members of the family. The poet urges others not fear about even if they could not return back by the sunset. The sea god, which according to her holds the sea storm by the hair, will save them. Where is the idea conveyed? Look at the lines. Please look at the last line of the second stanza. He who holds the storm by the hair will hide in his breast our lives. So she tries to convey the message that the sea god will save them from sea storm. Here is the third stanza of the poem. Sweet is the shade of the coconut glade and the scent of the mango grove. And sweet are the sands at the full of moon with the sound of the voices we love. But sweeter, O brothers, the kiss of the spray and the dance of the wild form's glee. Row, brothers, row to the edge of the verge where the low sky mates with the sea. Now let's understand the content of the stanza. The poet says that the shade of the coconut glade, the scent of mango grove, and the sands at the full of the moon with the sound of the voices we love. These feelings can't be expressed, so sweet and enjoyable. But these joys are temporary. They are not permanent. Rather, they should go for the kiss of the spray, the water drop falling on the face while in the sea, and the dance of the form's glee, the form with forms by the up-down movement of the tides, the up-down movement of the waves. They make or they produce forms, like forms, which according to the poet are sweeter and work struggling. So there is a meaning, after having struggled a lot, let's dream sweeter moments. And look at the line. Row, brothers, row to the edge of the verge where the low sky mates with the sea. Sarojini Naidu asked the fisherman to depart for the point in the sea where the sun meets the sky, that is horizon. So what we can call the point in the sea where the sun meets the sky? Yes, horizon. It symbolically refers to infinity or a place without end, an unending place. In this perspective, the poet asks the fisherman to dive into the infinite sea. Dear friends, as a conclusion, we can say that this poem is beautiful and most poetically written. A poem that reminds the readers about the people and movements that helped to gain our independence or our freedom. It's a poem of a positive note. So in total, Coromandel Fishers refer to the fishermen on the Coromandel coast of the South India. Rise, brothers, rise means the fishermen called their men to get ready to go to the sea. The early morning sky is compared to someone who is waking up from sleep. The leader awakens the other fishermen that the sun had already risen.